Hi, I'm Monica Teurlings and I'm a psychic medium. A question that I get asked often is, how did I know I was psychic? And when did I recognize that I had mediumistic abilities? And honestly, that's a great question. And so I decided to create this video to help answer that question. So here goes. It started when I was about 5.5, 6 years old. I would go to sleep at night and I would hear my parents arguing. So they would be fighting and, loud. And this happened night after night. And one night a man appeared in my room and he was sitting across from my bed on the floor against the wall, knees up, dressed in like a Depression era kind of clothing. And he did have a hat. And he would look at me from the hat. He would kind of poke himself up and look at me through the hat. He never approached me, he never spoke to me, but he did watch me from time to time through his hat. And this went on night after night after night. When my parents separated and we moved homes, I never saw him again. I do understand, though, that he was not watching me, but really more watching over me. And I really feel that. So psychically, how did I know I was psychic? I just knew, I felt different. I just knew stuff. And I want to say it kind of started in junior high school. I would just know, like my best friend, if the boyfriend was going to break up with her, I just kind of knew it. If I would go home, I would know if my parents were going to be fighting because they had gotten back together. And I just knew that they were going to be fighting, and sure enough, they did, things like that. As I got older, really just sensing, sensing people's energy. I didn't know at the time I was reading energy, but I would, be with somebody and I would just kind of know that, their heart was hurting or, they just had a fight with their husband or they were worried about their child. So I just kind of sensed it. And so that was just kind of how it was. I would have coffee, I would think of something, and then it would be on the 5 o'clock news. I would drive to a doctor's appointment, I would think of something, I would get there, and boom, I opened up a magazine and it was in paragraph 1 on page 2. Things like that were just always happening. So that was just always. Mediumistically, I say it happened really about 11 years ago when my kid's father passed away. So when their dad died, things really started to unfold and open up. And I didn't really understand in the beginning what was going on. So an example of this would be the weekend that he passed. I was laying in bed. It was late at night, I'd say 1, 2 in the morning. And above my door, I saw this big blue bobbing electric blue light. It was just bobbing, moving around and bobbing. And I was in bed worried, just like thinking about my kids and like, how am I going to get them through this? They just lost their dad. It was emotional and they were crying and it hurt my heart. And as any mom, we just want to fix it and heal it and make it all better. And I couldn't. And I was just so upset about it. And as I saw this blue bobbing light above my door, I somehow thought to look into it. And as I looked into it, I spoke to it and I said, is this you, Tom? Because if it is, I need some help here. The kids are hurting and they're just so upset and it's breaking my heart and I need to make sure I handle this correctly to get them better. And as I finished that thought, a hand came over to me on my left side and embraced me. It touched me and my eyes just flung open. I just couldn't believe what I just felt. The next day, it was Labor Day, and I get a phone call from my children's therapist. So he calls and he says, listen, Monica, I'm at a barbecue, and I just had this urge to call the kids, check on them. How are they? And I said, their dad passed away this weekend. And he says, can I speak with them each? And I said, sure. And so he spoke with each of my kids for 20 minutes. And I don't know about you, but I don't know that many people that on a holiday, when you're with your friends and family, you would remove yourself from that situation and actually take the time to call these kids. And he did. And I really understand that this was Spirit impressing upon him the urge to want to make that phone call. So that happened. And since then, lots of things were going on. I was feeling energy around me. I walked downstairs in the middle of the night and I lay down on the couch. And as I lay my head down, somebody sits next to me and the cushion moves. I go into a bathroom and somebody says hello to me. I am in the shower. They say, hey there, all friendly, all good. I'm feeling energy around me as I'm doing dishes. It's not psychic energy, it's spirit energy. And this is going on now more and more and more. And at night, I'm woken up at night with spirit, and they're giving me their name, and they're spelling it out in my head, and they're showing me pictures in my mind's eye, and this stuff is happening. And so I realized I really need to kind of figure out what's going on. And so I did what anybody else would do, and I Googled to try to find out some information and get some answers. And as I was Googling, up came this mediumship course. And I thought, So I looked into it and I thought, okay, I'm going to sign up for it. It was not so far away from me. It was a few weeks away. And so I did. And as I got there, I instantly felt good, instantly. And I knew I was doing what I needed to do. I just knew. And since that course, all these teachers just started lining up on my path, and amazing teachers that were helping me so much, and just terrific teachers, and they were just showing me the way, and it was awesome. And there is this quote that's really profound, and it says, "You'll know you're on your path by the fun of it." And I really believe that, because I've never been happier in my life, and I've never believed in something and felt better about anything. And I really love it, and I'm super passionate about this work. And I hope that I was able to answer your questions a little bit, and I was able to, shed some light. And maybe I'll see you for a reading one day. And in the meantime, love and light, and be well.